Morning.
Morning.
How's things? Good. Oh no, he's gone. Day three. Now I lied to you a couple of days ago. I said there were two options in Sydney. You could go north, or you could go south. You pretty much have two options. Today we are going to go
West.
West. We're going west. So we're on a bit of an adventure. We are on a bit of an adventure this morning. We don't exactly know where we're going. He has it in his route mapping options. So we're just going to have a quick moment here just to reminisce about Jesse's rowing career. Is this where it all happened?
No. Wrong club.
Wrong club.
Completely wrong club.
All right, fair enough.
Absolutely nothing. Never been here in my life.
What's the rowing sort of comparison to the Festive 500? Would blokes just get together and?
Ooh, that'll be your Penrith training camp.
Okay.
That's it. Yep. Up the gorge and back.
Good morning. All right, we're gonna do this. West is best.
So, 58 minutes of riding. We've done 31 kilometres already. 2 sets of traffic lights.
So the thinking here, ladies and gentlemen, is the route south that we did. We got a little bit sooky about the amount of stops we had to do. Just forced stops from traffic lights and traffic. So Mr. Coyle set to work, and thus far, he's got us out of Para Park under an hour with 2 sets of traffic lights.
And we haven't held up a car.
That's true, we have not held up a car. So from here, we're basically taking the long route out to the M7, where it joins, where it gets to the M5, then we turn around, and I think we're coming back the canal.
Ooh, new canal.
New canal?
Yeah.
Another.
There's actually 2. Yep.
New.
Straight past Guildford West.
Wow.
Yep.
Sit back, ladies and gentlemen.
In it for a treat.
The West is best.
We're at the M5 fence, corner of the M5 and the M7 at the VC interchange, Cutler interchange, I think it's called. We touched the fence. We made it. Oh.
First time? What's it like?
First time this far south, and the fact that we've done 33k an hour on paths just blows my mind. It's great.
I keep going.
Edmonton. Nowhere.
No
basically, I think it splinters off into.
Now people have been asking what is in my bag. Where's my little thing? So I've got Cliff Bars, I've got my Garmin, I've got my multi-tool, I've been running and basically this, the DJI Pocket. So that's what's in there. Tell you what, it's so good not having stuff. DJI, what did I say? DJI, yeah. DJ, oh yeah. So good not having things in your pockets. So good. And I have fixed the head tube solution. You can run a very, very small head tube and get away with this. So we are down there. We've come down the green part, haven't we? Down the M7. So we joined it up there and then came down this. And then we're going to go back through Cecil Hills. Is that the theory?
Water through here, Abbotsbury. I'm going to follow this path here. So usually we go past the reservoir. Back, we're going to turn here and
new path.
Adventures.
Grafton Devel has Wire Gully. Milan San Remo has the apogeo, well, the Tour de West, ladies and gentlemen, has Barn Rimple Road or street. I reckon 10k at 10% minimum.
There has never, in the life of this street, been a tailwind. Ever.
It's just permanent headwind. Comes right at the end. Oh, we're into the guts of it now, ladies and gentlemen. You probably can't hear me.
Take the wind muffler
Oh,
off.
the wind. I'm in the 39.52. That's what my dinner plate is here. Just grinding my way up it. This is where this...
It's more the position. It's like,
Yeah.
you feel like you're getting home, then it just hits you in the face, and then you've still got another, like...
This is where the selections are normally made. Aaron's dropped. He's given up here.
Oh,
Yeah, gone.
there it is.
We've crested it. Well,
Again.
there's headwind. Well, there's been no chat on the way home because we're all stuffed, actually. It's a weird endurance exhaustion. Oh man, that was good. That was really good. I will say this, very hard to vlog a really good endurance ride just because, well, you're not stopping and you're kind of going hard enough that you don't really want to be having long conversations. So, hang on. Come in. Package. So yeah, actually I'll talk about this stuff a bit later, but it's the way I'd describe a really good endurance ride is certainly towards the back end. You just feel like you're bonking because like you're completely run out of gas. But you're not like, it's not that sort of like VO2, like out of breath, out of gas thing, if you know what I mean. Yeah, anyway, so plan is I'm gonna have some lunch, do a bit of work, import some footage, see what we've got. And then I thought we might have a little chat about some of the stuff that, well, I've kind of brushed over a bit. A little incident there today where I pulled the bottle out and the lid just came off, so I've got gunk all over it. So we're going to give the bike just a really quick clean, be a 5-minute clean. While I'm doing this I want to just talk about a couple of bits and pieces, like a few little bits on the bike, some subjects that we haven't really had time to talk about, so this is a perfect opportunity to do it. Now, I just sprayed a little bit of degreaser, tiny bit of degreaser on the chain, but the bike is dry, okay? Apart from that, I'm going to crack on in and just spray a little bit of the finish line stuff around the frame. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, guys, is yes, we are running road tubeless, and my experience so far has been, well, outrageously good. So obviously there'll come a time when I'm the guy on the side of the road with a road tubeless incident, but I'll show you the tyres as we sort of go along here. We had a few incidents down at the camp on the 60s, which I thought was interesting.
Most of it came down to just technique, and it was more the 60s with the slightly narrower, slightly wider rim bed. Dish soap and water, pour it in the bead, get everything wet once it's all seated on and you're not trying to fight with the tyre itself. Adds a little bit of resistance and lets the air catch much more effectively.
Yeah, guys, I've put about 4,000 Ks into those open road tubeless tyres, and at this stage they are absolutely perfect. Now, whilst we've got the soapy water on the frame, we're just going to hit the wheel real quickly. Now, I do like to kind of keep a bit of an eye on the tyres. We'll go at the drive chain, so for that we're going to run these guys. It's the little nail brushes. We're just going to give them a little good, and as I said before, my 3 sponges. Here is my chain sponge. Guys, while I'm just doing this now, I just want to talk quickly about the pedals. So far, this is my first pedal-based power system since running the Garmin's 4 years ago, which was not a particularly great experience. So far, so good with these. The only thing we have found is a few of the guys on the setup, and this is really important, on the setup, make sure you get your crank length in there. It's part of the setup procedure to set your crank length. But if you do a firmware update, it will reset it to 172.5. So every time you do a firmware update, it's really important that you go in and reset your crank length, because it will send your power out for a bit. We've had really no issues. I've had a few little pedal strikes there, as you can see, but now actually it's interesting that I've had a few on the right. I hadn't had any more, so clearly I think now we're at almost the perfect level. I'll just do really one more little run over with the soapy water, and then we'll rinse it down, and I'll just quickly do the bar take. Finish up with a couple of questions that some people asked me both yesterday and in the comments that we've seen. So one which I thought was quite interesting, which was, do any of the guys train with heart rate? Do anyone not run power and just use heart rate as their training tool? And the answer is no. Pretty much everyone runs power, and look, we all run heart rates, and it's monitored, but it's certainly not monitored much from more from a kind of load perspective rather than a performance perspective. The other one was the FLR shoes and the Rapha shoes. I'll get onto both of those. Now, the good news there is that Jay and Jesse are running the FLR shoes, so we'll have some good feedback from them. So far, so good. And same with me. So I'll have the Rapha ones, and we'll get something up in the near future. For me at the moment though, the biggest kind of thing to get my head around is the laces. I have not run laces shoes before on a bike, and it's strange because you don't need to do them up as tight as you think. That was the mistake I was making early on. I was thinking, oh, I've got laces on my shoes, I've got to just absolutely crank these things. That's definitely not the case. Last but not least, guys, when I outed myself yesterday saying that I was using the DJI Osmo Pocket, someone put me onto the fact that you can actually find a little adapter where you can put it on a GoPro mount. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a little camera update. We're going to have the DJI mounted to the bars. Now, if this can perform the two solutions, i.e. being number one, the action cam, getting those sort of action cam shots off the front, and number two, be something that you could use like, this is going to work. Oh, it's going to work. Slides off. Slide off. Slide on. Guys have been very, very good, haven't you? They've sat here, they've watched, they've been very good. We're going to play a little bit of cricket now, aren't we? The show must go on tomorrow, guys. I want to talk to you a little bit. We're going to go for a scoot now. I want to talk to you guys a little bit tomorrow about an interesting little subject that we're learning a bit more about, which is race starts, race entry. So, like, obviously one of the main reasons about doing the UCI Continental thing was, well, to race UCI races. And, well, I thought you guys might be interested in the process around that. It's not like you become a UCI team and then all of a sudden, you know, you're just contacted by the Tour de France and stuff. How does it work, especially at this level? So I'll maybe go into a bit of that detail tomorrow. When I say detail, I mean what we're finding about the whole thing. Because if we knew the details, we wouldn't be sharing it with you. Because this is our journey and we are just all part of the process. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching this. I'm kind of enjoying almost the freedom of putting this stuff together. So speaking of freedom, we're going to hit some scooters up and we will talk to you tomorrow.